Okay. I'd like to call the Saline City Council meeting to order. If you'd please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, good evening. There are copies of the agenda on the back table along with a sign-in sheet and listening devices if you require them. Council members present this evening are Council members Gearboss, CO, Lesh, Harmount, Mayor Pro Tem Dillon, and Mayor Morrow. From city staff, we have the acting city manager, the city clerk, deputy DPW director, and community development director Aiken. At this time, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as amended, noting there is some modified language for a closed session that was added to the agenda.
So moved.
Move to approve as amended by Gearbaugh, and that was seconded by Harmount. All those in favor of approving the agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. The motion carries unanimously. There was 2 emails sent earlier today from Councilmember Rice indicating that she would not be here, so at this time the chair would be happy to entertain a motion to excuse her absence. Moved by Lesh, seconded by CO to excuse the absence. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. The motion carries unanimously. We come now to public comments. Under the Open Meetings Act, any person may come forward and make comment or question on an item that appears on this agenda. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes per person. Anyone who would like to speak is requested, but of course not required to state their name and address for the record. Are there any citizen comments? There appear to be none. Clerk Royal, did we receive any written comments in advance of tonight's meeting in which the individual wanted their remarks read at this time? Easy enough. Then we will entertain the first substantive motion, which is a motion to convene into closed session under MCL 15.268D to consider the purchase or lease of real estate property. And this will be a motion to convene at 7:01.
So moved.
Moved by Gearbaugh. Was that seconded by Lesh?
Yes.
Thank you. Moved by Gearbaugh, seconded by Lesh. The clerk will please call the roll.
Councilmember Gearbaugh?
Yes.
Councilmember Seal?
Yes.
Councilmember Lesh?
Yes.
Councilmember Harmount?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dillon?
Yes.
Mayor Morrow?
Yes, we are convening into closed session at 7:02. We will reconvene. Good. Okay, the chair would be delighted to entertain a motion to reconvene into regular session at 7:20.
So moved.
Ooh, boy, I'm gonna let Gearbob be the mover and Mayor Pro Tem Dillon be the second. The clerk will please call the roll.
Councilmember Gearrow.
Yes.
Councilmember Seal.
Yes.
Councilmember Lesh.
Yes.
Councilmember Harmel.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dillon.
Yes.
Mayor Marl.
Yes, we are reconvened into regular session. We come to new business item 25-142, purchase of real property. Mr. Gearbob, did you want to offer a motion from the
Yes, I
floor?
will. Move to approve the purchase of real property located at 300 East Michigan, known as Curtis Mansion or Davenport House.
That motion is in order. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Dillon. Acting City Manager Cole, can I defer to you to provide some initial comments here?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mayor Morrow. Tonight, we bring forward a goodwill agreement between the City of Saline and the Curtis family that initiates a formal due diligence process to evaluate the possible acquisition of the historic Davenport Curtis Mansion and its surrounding grounds. Over the past few months, city leadership has worked in close coordination with the Curtis family and our legal team to outline the terms of this agreement. While it does not represent a purchase at this stage, it authorizes us to proceed with the full scope of necessary evaluations. This agreement includes a good faith deposit, and given the significance of this opportunity and the potential long-term value to the community, we believe it is a measured and accepted amount. This evaluation will be methodical and comprehensive. It will include structural inspections of all existing buildings, a phase 1 environmental assessment, a detailed review of the property boundaries to determine the appropriate amount of the city could possibly manage. We will also assess ADA compliance, operational staffing, and long-term maintenance obligations. Simultaneously, we will explore governance and funding models, including nonprofit partnerships, public-private arrangements that could serve as long-term stewards of the site. Our aim is to determine whether this asset can operate sustainably without recurrent reliance on general fund revenues. We are analyzing this not just as an acquisition, but as a citywide investment, and with that comes both opportunity and great responsibility. This process reflects our commitment to protecting community assets, approaching public spending with discipline, and setting Saline up for success for many years to come. Thank you for placing your trust in the process, and we will keep council and the residents fully informed as we work through the progress.
Very good. Thank you, Acting City Manager Cole. We appreciate your leadership on this timely and important issue. I also want to acknowledge we have members of the family here, and we appreciate your cooperation and support during this process. Tonight, the City of Saline stands at the threshold of a truly rare opportunity, one that speaks to our values, our past, and the kind of community we aspire to be. The Davenport Curtis Mansion is more than just a historic property. It is an emblem of Saline's character. It is timeless, a unique and special asset, truly distinct to the Saline community. It is not often that a city is given the opportunity to reclaim a landmark of this magnitude and purpose it for the public good. When a moment like this arrives, it demands our full attention and imaginations, for the consequences of losing an asset like this or seeing the property redeveloped would reverberate for generations to come. Let me be very clear. We are not finalizing a purchase this evening, nor closing on said property. We are taking an essential first step forward via a goodwill agreement. This agreement provides the city ample time and flexibility to fully explore whether this site can and should become a cornerstone of Saline's civic and cultural landscape. Imagine the possibilities, if you will. Historic tours that connect our children to our past, concerts on the lawn, art shows in the garden, weddings under the tree, and community events that bring generations together. The mansion could become a place where memories are made and where our identity as a city is celebrated. Not behind glass, but out in the open, accessible to both residents and visitors alike. Of course, our process must be careful and it must be complete. The evaluations ahead will tell us what is required to restore, activate, and maintain the site. It will include engineering and environmental reviews, financing options, exploration of public-private partnerships, and consideration of specific programming and events to be held on site. That said, let us not lose sight of the moment we are in, because the true risk here is not the loss of any earnest money, it is the possibility that we walk away from something extraordinary because we were we're too cautious to imagine what may be. I am proud to support this next step, and I'm proud of the leadership team that is approaching it with both vision and fiscal prudence. Acquisition of the Davenport Curtis Mansion is not a foregone conclusion. Significant due diligence is still required, but these are not mutually exclusive concepts. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Let us meet it together with optimism, vision, and a bold belief in the power of place. Thank you very much. Is there additional comment or discussion? Councilmember Gearbaugh.
Yes. I have a written statement I'm going to read too. As with many pivotal decisions faced by our council, there are moments when an opportunity arises, one that may come only once in a lifetime. As an elected official, I've come to recognize that some decisions are not only strategic, but deeply rooted in pride, history, and a profound sense of place. This is one of those moments. The generous consideration by Carl Curtis and the Richards family, John, Brent, and Jason, to provide our community the chance to preserve this history and undeveloped piece of property downtown is nothing short but extraordinary. As stewards of this remarkable property for over a century, their legacy is admirable, and it is both an honor and a privilege for our city to continue it. After decades of rumors, speculation, and heartfelt concerns from residents, Saline now has the chance to determine the future of this treasured piece of our identity. It is a rare and invaluable opportunity to protect our past while shaping our future. As someone who champions the responsible management of our city assets and the careful evaluation of their financial and community impact, I believe the preservation of the Davenport House Curtis Mansion aligns perfectly with the goals outlined in our strategic plan. It protects green space, honors our historic legacy, and holds incredible potential as a multiple-purpose community asset, whether as a park, museum, or even a site for appropriately scaled commercial or cultural events that could attract visitors from across the region. I look forward to working with my fellow council members, city staff, and residents to explore and implement a sustainable funding model, one that ensures both the preservation and the purposeful activation of the property for generations to come. As with all our assets, now is the time to carefully consider and evaluate all of our holdings to ensure our portfolio supports sustainability, strategic use, and economic development. While Saline has lost many historical significant buildings over the years, we've also witnessed the profound and community impact of those preserved, be it a historic home, a commercial structure, the depot, or even the Rentschler Farm. These landmarks have contributed in meaningful ways to our city's vibrance, sense of community, and shared pride. This is more than preservation. It is a chance to reinforce our identity, inspire civic pride, create opportunity, and honor those who came before us. Let us move forward together with a vision, responsibility, and reverence for the past. And I'd also like to thank especially our staff members, Ms. Cole and Mr. Atkins, for working on this, and the family and their generosity. Without your cooperation and forethought to allow us to consider this, our city would not be able to do what we're doing right now. So thank you, gentlemen, and thank you, Carl.
Very good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Mr. Seal.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Coming to a decision of this magnitude gives me some hesitation on the one hand, but yet on the other hand, I recognize truly the wonderful opportunity we've been given by the family in coming to the city first with this tremendous opportunity. So I think it's an opportunity not to be passed up. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it very much.
Any additional comments from the dais? Councilmember Harmon.
Yes. So part of our strategic plan is preserving the historic beauty of Saline, and it's a really, that in and of itself is really important. And this is an iconic, significant iconic asset for the city of Saline, and also with property purchasing and comps in alignment, it is really a good opportunity. One of the things to be said about this is a really significant asset that's not protected by the historic district, and could stand to be lost to development, and that would be a significant impact to our historic beauty. So to not become a burden on general funds is going to be the target, so that with that, I support this.
Very good. Any additional comments? Mayor Pro Tem Dillon.
Thank you. Thank you to the family for bringing us this opportunity. It is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Anyone that comes into the city of Saline knows the mansion. It's iconic. You see pictures of it on historic sites all over the country. Thank you for entrusting it to us. We will be stewards and caretakers of it. You have my word. I want to say one thing about this property is that as we talk about other things that are happening in the city right now, timing is everything. And when people are looking at what else is happening in our community, where else we have expenses and such, what we don't want to do is be in a situation, I mean, there are, on a regular basis, we receive calls. Well, what about 147? When is the city going to, when is the city going to address 147 Michigan Avenue, which is the property, the vacant lot down by Benny's? The city chose not to buy that property at one time, and we do not control the destiny of it. And it's something I will regret as a decision from this side of the table. In this instance, I don't want to repeat that same situation. And so I will enthusiastically support this.
Thank you. Any additional comments?
I'll make
Go ahead. Yes, please. We welcome Matt.
I again want to thank the Curtis family that, I actually knew your uncle somewhat anyway. He was a regular guy around town, and, we got to know him, and he was a good representation of the common guy who used to live, grew up in Saline, lived here his whole life, and, having the opportunity to help preserve his history and your history here is an honor. So thank you, gentlemen, very much.
Acting City Manager Cole, before we proceed to vote, because I know this issue will come up from stakeholders and community members in the days and weeks ahead, can you confirm for council and the public's benefit, incoming City Manager Mr. Swallows has been thoroughly debriefed on this matter? I actually spoke to him today. He understands the importance of the due diligence period, to be thoughtful and objective about that. And it's also worth noting, primarily for the public's benefit, that he comes to the table with some experience and acumen here. These types of acquisitions, while rare, are not unprecedented. And in his capacity as Community Development Director, Economic Development Director for the City of Monroe, he was involved with the acquisition of the Sawyer home, which members of the public and audience can research. It's a municipally held asset by the City of Monroe, a preserved home from, I believe, 1879, that is now a community asset managed by a nonprofit, but accessible and available for community events, weddings, anniversaries, graduation parties, etc. I said a lot, but I'll defer to you to add to that if you'd like.
Well, to put it very short and sweet, City Manager Swallow and I have been in contact about the Curtis home and the process that we're in right now. He is fully aware and up to speed on all of the items, and after we kind of go through this event tonight, we will get him up to speed as soon as he starts next Monday, September 8th.
Very good. Any additional comments from the dais? Clerk Royal, for the public's benefit, because the actual language for the motion was not, a portion of it was on the enumerated on the agenda, but the motion in its totality offered by Mr. Gearbaugh was not. Can you repeat the motion?
Okay, and I may have the last part wrong. So
Good. Well, then I'm glad I asked you to repeat it.
To approve the purchase of real property located at 300 East Michigan, known as Curtis Mansion and Davenport House.
Correct.
Okay.
And that was moved by Gearbaugh, seconded by Dillon. Is that correct? If there's no additional discussion on the motion, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. The motion carries unanimously 6-0. Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate your time. We're going to move on to agenda item 25-143, wastewater treatment plant renovation change order number 4. This will be a motion to acknowledge receipt of the memorandum and to approve or not to approve change order number 4 from Coco Singh for ongoing work at the wastewater treatment plant.
Move to acknowledge and to approve.
Moved by Gearbaugh to acknowledge and to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by CO. In the absence of our wastewater treatment superintendent, acting city manager Cole, can I defer to you?
Absolutely, thank you so much. If you remember, although it seems like quite a bit of time ago, at our last meeting, we got a wonderful update from Tetra Tech, Mr. Ruble, on the wastewater treatment project. What you have in front of you are some of the change orders that he spoke to. They total just under $93,000 for the project. Most of the additions are related to field conditions and equipment adjustments. So electrical circuit modifications, duct bank rerouting, masonry protections due to winter conditions. That was a delay from the dirt removal. Security camera upgrade, monorail adjustments, and a minor electrical correction. We are also using 2 unused allowances that we have not gotten into yet, which is the power line upgrade and the project software lines. Overall, the net is just under $93,000 that you have in front of you today to make a decision on whether to approve or not.
Very good. Thank you for that. Questions for the acting city manager? Mayor Pro Tem Dillon.
Thank you. And I apologize, I did not ask in advance, so I'm not looking for an answer. I'm just putting it out into the universe. The first one, we had the soil disposal cost. Did we not utilize all of that money?
We didn't utilize all of the original amount.
Right.
To get you the exact numbers, I would need a day to turn that around.
No. Well, I guess what I was asking was, are we still holding that money? There was like the 2.3. And were we holding back some of it thinking there would be future soil costs, or is some of that being rolled forward?
Yes, I don't believe that we rolled it forward, but I can get you the information to confirm.
No problem at all. And do they expect other projects? Is there any other things that should be coming forward?
Not at this time. They have no other expectations currently.
Thank you.
Any additional comments, questions? Any discussion on the motion? It's been properly moved by Gearboss, seconded by CO to acknowledge and to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Ayes have it, the motion carries unanimously. Before we leave, I don't want to get into it tonight. It's probably more applicable to have it as a discussion item at our next meeting, which is a week from yesterday on the 8th. Acting City Manager Cole, you and I had a brief discussion last week about the proposed data center in Saline Township and its impact on water, specifically the regional aquifers. We don't need to get into that tonight. It's probably, again, more applicable to mention that and raise some of our concerns on Monday, but can we make sure that's added as a discussion item? And you and I can follow up with you later this week to make sure that our messaging is accurate and correct, and we're providing some feedback to the community, because this is a topic of contention, and rightfully so.
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. If there's nothing further to be brought up this evening, the chair would be delighted to entertain a motion to adjourn this special meeting at 7:37.
So moved.
Moved by Harmont. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Dillon. I'll get you. Was that? I'll get you next time, Mr. Lesh. Just remind me. All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all. Have a great week.